It turns out that Jim Jordan, as we talked about a couple weeks ago, maybe even a couple months ago, Jim Jordan of the House Judiciary Committee, some time ago, sent letters to fact checkers and misinformation identifiers at colleges, universities, and think tanks all across the country. And what he told these people was, hey, you better send me, and he actually subpoenaed some of them, send me all of your material, let me know who is working for you, identify these humans, tell me who's paying you to do this, and show me your methods for identifying what is and is not misinformation. Well, this week, two journalists who, of course, have been subjected to these requests from Jim Jordan, these unconstitutional requests from Jim Jordan, I must add, because they are a clear violation of the First Amendment of the United States. But anyway, two of these journalists, Stephen Lee Meyers and Shira Frankl, wrote in the New York Times that some of these individuals and institutions that are engaging in the fact-checking, in the looking for misinformation, they have now been threatened with legal action by Jim Jordan and his committee. Let me read you what they wrote. The House Judiciary Committee, which in January came under Republican majority control, has sent scores of letters and subpoenas to the researchers, only some of which have been made public. So we don't even know the extent of what they've sent. It has threatened legal action against those who have not responded quickly or fully enough. So it, being the House Judiciary Committee under the control of Jim Jordan, is now threatening legal action against these journalists, against these institutions, because they're not turning over the names of the people involved. They're not turning over information about funding. And why does Jim Jordan want all this? Well, because he says that identifying misinformation is actually silencing conservative voices. And he says it, as so many other Republicans do, without a hint of irony. Like, how dare you call out misinformation? You have any idea what that does to conservative media? Yeah. Do you have any idea what you're admitting to? Because you're admitting that all of conservative media is misinformation. You're not wrong. You're totally not wrong. But I don't know, it seems like it's a very dumb thing that a dumb person would do to admit it out loud. But luckily your base is even dumber than you are, so they don't pay attention to crap like this, and they're just going to go along their happy little lives reading misinformation because they're too stupid to know any better. And they are. Like, let's not pussyfoot around it. They're stupid. These people are stupid. But anyway, they continue in the New York Times piece. Targets include Stanford, Clemson, and New York universities, and the University of Washington, the Atlantic Council, the German Marshall Fund, and the National Conference on Citizenship, all nonpartisan, non-governmental organizations in Washington, the Wikimedia Foundation in San Francisco, and Graphica, a company that researches disinformation online. Now, Republicans also tell us they're doing this, not just to protect conservative media, but because, the censorship regime is out of control. There's no censorship regime. Even the outlets where these individuals have identified rampant misinformation, they're still allowed to publish their misinformation. All these groups are doing is also publishing material that says, hey, this group said something that's not true. But those groups are still publishing the untrue material. So nobody is being censored at all, except for these people that Jim Jordan is now threatening to take to court because he is the one violating their First Amendment rights. Who's the real censorship regime now, Jim? Because I can promise you it's not the fact checkers. It's the people that are literally trying to use the power of the federal government to silence journalists. And that, by the way, Jim, that's what you're doing.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and well, here comes the awkward part at the end of the video where I ask you to like, comment, and share, and subscribe for more content from Ring of Fire. Also, you should consider becoming a member for some exclusive content and perks, including early access videos and exclusive videos. Check out the link in the description.